Okay, you're gonna love this because balls to the wall. I actually have nothing to lose, so I'm taking any opportunity I can to push several ideas that I've had. And an opportunity presented itself this morning. Nothing to lose, balls to the wall. So what? Because I'm not getting anywhere being patient and kind. And with organizations like this, who let me explain. This morning I got I got an email from the National Museum of Women in the Arts, and it says, "Join today and be recognized as a champion for women in the arts." It's a little bit of a snake oil way of getting me to give money that I don't. Can I be any more clear? Hello, art world. Can I be any more clear? I'm struggling. I'm fucking struggling. And I've been reaching out to people in the art world, presenting my portfolio, presenting everything I do online, and either I get no response or I get, I get crickets, or I get, yours is the best presentation we've seen. You have a very strong portfolio, but I don't have the right connections. I'm too old. Whatever. So anyway, I'm going to read you part of the email that I got because I am so deeply offended at this point. I am so deeply fucking, excuse me for swearing, but so deeply fucking offended by art organizations that do this. That this is an email I'm going to keep sending out, I think, or a version of it. My response will be, okay, let me try again. I am so deeply offended that every time I get an appeal for money from an art organization with like this tiny little crumb of a maybe someday we might think about doing nothing with you, I'm going to send out a version of my response. But let me read this. Dear Beck, you caught our attention as someone who cares about equality for women and women artists in particular. At the National Museum of Women in the Arts, equality matters to us too. I don't give a shit. I'm really sorry. I'm glad it's there. I'm glad that there's finally a museum that's kind of pushing women in the arts. I never got to see it. I don't know if I'll ever get to see it. And from what I understand from friends who have gone, there's like a very, very few women who are represented. So really, how dare they? Many women artists have lost their jobs, income, and opportunities as a direct result of the pandemic. And those losses are magnified for women artists of color. I get that. I totally and completely understand. Your reply tells them there are people who are willing to go to bat for them today and far into the future. Before you hit delete, please think about how you can take action and help fund exhibitions, educational programs, and advocacy efforts that showcase the best work by women artists of the past and present, which is such a load of bullshit. And I am so completely and deeply offended that they would not only use women artists of the past and present, but artists of color as a prop in a fundraiser. This just really got my goat this morning. You can help by becoming a National Museum of the Women in the Arts member online right now. Inequality remains a huge problem for women artists. And I'm not sure, they say those people, them, that, hi, hello, a huge problem for women artists. And NMWA members are a big part of that solution, which is why when you join today, you'll be included as a champion of women artists on our 2021 members list. Plus, Your membership will give you access to exclusive benefits like a subscription to Women in the Arts magazine. Yes, because I would like to sit around and look at other women who are being championed. That would be awesome. Unlimited free admission to the museum that you can't fucking get to when we reopen, and special access to virtual programs. Yes, because once again, I would love to watch other artists be celebrated beyond celebrated. That's my dream. And discounts in the museum, gift shop, and online store. Okay, dude, I owe $100 in back rent. My rent is due on the 1st. I'm gonna be shopping? Yeah, you came to our attention. As thanks for your support, we're offering special limited time discounts on our most popular membership levels. To say I don't give a shit is an understatement. I said this the other day. I'm not investing myself or money in organizations that do not give a return. I remember when I was starting out, I felt so blessed if I were accepted into a co-op. I felt so blessed if somebody gave me a 10-foot by 10-foot space, to work in. I never did that, though, because I'm not paying rent on something that's not going to benefit me in any way. I realized that in the beginning. But so blessed that someone would recognize me. I'm done with it. I'm just done. And I hope my ire gets you going so that you start seeing, okay, I've only been talking for 7 minutes, that your ire, that my ire gets you going. So you start seeing yourself differently. That you're not giving money in the hopes that your name ends up on a list of fucking how many swear word, exclamation point. Your name ends up on a list with how many other names? Hundreds? Thousands? How does that benefit anyone? So a museum that is struggling, granted they are struggling, is writing a struggling artist and offering them nothing. I want you to see how ridiculous it is. I became deeply offended by art organizations on Cape Cod that were always hitting up artists to give them free stuff so they could raise money. The wet art auction at the Cape Cod Museum of Fine Arts. Give us stuff. Give us stuff. Give us your work. And we will give you nothing in return. We will give you nothing on your investment in us. We will barely recognize you at all, ever. Except for maybe you'll make a couple of connections that won't pay off anyway. There was another art organization that asked potters to make bowls for them for free because it's going to be great exposure. Give us bowls for free in the middle of fucking winter when most of these potters are on welfare. They've got to go to food pantries. This is how ridiculous it is. And I want you to hear me. If you're at the beginning, it's a never-ending stream of give, and we will give you nothing in return. I want you to feel my anger now, so you put your foot down now and do not invest yourself in or waste your time with organizations who will give you nothing in return. I want you to hear me now. If you're a student, if you're at the beginning, even if you're desperate, just don't, because you will get nothing from it. Because if anybody could have gotten anything from any bullshit like this, it would have been me. Now I'm going to read you my email back, and I'm hoping they see this video. This is what I am writing the director of the National Women Museum in the Arts, or whoever she is, who wrote me and asked me, let's go check and see who I'm writing. First of all, I'm so angry, and everyone should be this angry. The Ellis West director. Okay. whatever that means. I can't even be bothered to go to the website and figure out what she's running. Because even if I do, even if I write them, even if I appeal to them and send my portfolio in, there's a big fat chance, most likely, in all likelihood, a big fat goose egg and cricket sounds will be coming back. You know, if I ever wrote them and approached them, because this is museum after museum. You have to be somebody, you have to know somebody, you have to have all those connections to be recognized. It's not the work, it's not the portfolio, it's not your drive, it's not your technique. It's, oh, who's your neighbor? Oh, okay, yes, you can have a major show. Oh, you're married to so-and-so? Ms. Krasner? Ms. Krasner? So anyway, I want you to cut through the foolishness and just hear me. This is what I've written back. Dear Ms. Sterling, I received your email today, and it's not finished. I just want to read it out loud to see if there's any corrections I have to make. Dear Ms. Sterling, I received your email today asking me to donate and join the NWMA, but I'd like to take the opportunity to address serious issues and offer 2 solutions that have been on my mind for a while. The email states, I've caught your attention, but I don't understand how. Was it through algorithms or hashtags? I ask because as a female artist, I have been unable to get the attention of anyone at this level who could or is willing to help me garner the attention that would allow me to access, okay, I got attention twice. Garner me the support. Sorry, while I kind of edit. Okay, I have been unable to get the attention of anyone at this level who could or is willing to help me garner the support that would allow me access to museums and organizations like yours. Although I appreciate your plight and your need for money, if you knew anything about my situation, you'd understand how infuriating it is to have art organizations ask for help to have art organization ask artists to help fund their ventures, but offer little to nothing in return. I know the tone of my email is angry, but ... but really ... all of us should be insulted and angry. How many decades, millennium, have women been begging to have a seat at the table, to be recognized, Female artists are more than just props in campaigns. I may have to rethink that one sentence. Female artists are more than just props in campaigns. With that said, I ask, what exactly is the NWMA offering me? It's a bold question, but I'm beyond tired of being patient. For years, I've entered work in national competitions and shows. I've applied for grants and funding. I've written museums and organizations in an attempt to find ways to be seen and expand my quote-unquote career, but because I don't have politically motivated connections, I rarely receive a response. I have no magic ends. I have no moneyed relationships. Oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna put a comma in. I have no moneyed relationships, and I find it deeply reprehensible that my only way to quote-unquote make it is through knowing quote-unquote the right people or being male. Almost every single day I receive emails and messages from people around the world asking me why I'm not famous, quote-unquote famous, because my technique, sorry, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, because my techniques are innovative, my subjects are fresh and unusual, I have an online presence, but my drive and portfolio are being left to the wayside while time marches on. I'm so frustrated at this point. I find it hard to give money to yet another art organization that is offering me nothing. No help, no exhibit, absolutely nothing in return. Next paragraph. For a year now, I've been talking about how COVID has almost leveled the playing field on my YouTube channel. And I gave her the name. In my videos, I encourage people to take risks, reach out and push themselves, because since COVID, sorry, we're having a windy day, so my blinds are making noise. Because since COVID started, it's hit me. We finally have reached a point in time when we could actually become the artists we've worked so hard to be. I do believe that, but I also feel if you're not young or pretty, following trends, or have high-level connections, you have little to no hope of being deemed significant or finding any support in the art world. It's shameful and a waste that, for the most part, our only hope is that maybe, possibly, fingers crossed, one day, people will look back at our work through a cultural rear view mirror, and regret not finding us sooner. I don't want my obituary to read, prolific and talented outsider who never reached success. What a shame. Next paragraph. Regardless, and in closing, I'd like to offer two solutions that would not only benefit the museum, but also lift artists who are flat out struggling and bombarded with requests for no donations from organizations who, most likely, will never include them or their work. The museum is in a unique position. I gotta add something right now. Okay, the museum is in a unique position right now to take advantage of the new administration's enthusiasm for culture. So I suggest, number one, the NWMA set up a revolutionary program partnering celebrity artists and entertainers with lower level artists, artists who don't have connections, money, or fame on their side, but show a strong, consistent portfolio of work. Number two, the NWMA start pushing for a WPA type program for artists. It may seem far-fetched, but with so many people on welfare and unemployment year after year, and especially right now with COVID, a WPA type system paying artists to produce work would end handouts and instead be handouts, by the way, and instead be an investment that helps breathe life into the country. Paying people to rebuild our country's culture is a win-win. Plus, the economic repercussions are immeasurable. The money artists make, the money artists the money artists spend goes straight back into the economy through housing, food. Okay, the money artists spend goes straight back into the economy through housing, food, not to mention purchasing supplies, the jobs that are necessary to make those supplies, and the businesses needed to ship all of it. The ripples would be endless. And then I close it with, I would appreciate a response and acknowledgement of my words and existence. Thank you, Beck Lane. And then I gave links to my stuff, to my link tree and my website. So I'm going to go back. I know it's been a long time. I'm going to go back and edit this, but I really, truly, honestly want you to start thinking differently about your stance and what these people are going to do for you. We're all getting hit up for money. Well, guess what? I had to count out change to get coffee, to get a $7 can of coffee at the Dollar General. So what are you going to do for me? What are they going to do for you? What are they going to do for us? Everybody is struggling. We need to work in partnership, in community, together. And as I've said a million times now, we have a new administration who values culture and the arts and literature and science and innovation in the future. Let's take advantage of it, but we've also got to learn to stand up for ourselves. What are you going to do for me? It's, a decade ago, that would have broke. I couldn't have said that. It would have been just god awful and seemed just, it's just not, it wasn't in my character. But after having people not scam me, but, well, kind of scam me, steal my artwork, promise me the moon, I mean the absolute fucking moon, and then walk off with my artwork and give me nothing in return, or almost nothing in return, I've reached this level of, no way, Jose. You're not wimpy looking for $1 for a burger. You're going to give me something in return. Okay, so I want you to feel this. I want you to really hear this. It isn't crazy. You don't walk into a store and put, I don't know, $100 on the counter. Here you go, big box store. Here you go, Macy's or Filene's, or I don't even know if Filene's is around. Here you go, Home Depot. Here you go, Amazon. You can have my $100, $150, $200. I won't take anything in return. I know you need it. We don't do this in real life. Why would we do this because we're artists? Why? Why would we ask for nothing in return? Okay? Really start thinking about that. This is coming from someone who's been put through several meat grinders talking to you. It's not going to change. Unless you've got some magic wand, it's not going to change. So I want you from the get-go to start saying, what's the return on this? I don't give out money without getting something tangible and beneficial in the end. My cup. I strained to find $15 plus shipping to get that cup. I wouldn't take that money and just hand it over to the artist for nothing. Okay, I can't say that because I've done it. I do like helping other artists, but I'm not going to say to this artist or to T Public, here. Although I kind of do that on Patreon. But people also see me doing this, and I am having an effect on other artists, and I do mentor artists, so there are ripple effects, and they're not just giving me money while I sit at home and watch television. Hopefully they are seeing ripple effects through Patreon. Okay, I'm intellectualizing everything in my life right now. All right, while I ruminate and flagellate, I'm going to rewrite a little bit of this, edit it, like I should have done this video, but I really want you to think, what is the organization that is getting, I don't know, tens of thousands in donations, millions in donations, that has the backing of the federal government, that has state and local money coming in, that have, patrons, really big money patrons? When they're writing you and asking you for money and you're struggling, ask them, what are you going to do in return? It's only fair. All right, I'm going to take my anger and fury, put it back into that email, and maybe put it on draft for a little bit so I can see it after I've showered and cooled down. All right, you guys. Once again, just trying to be really helpful here. I hate it when people say you guys on YouTube. Anyway, friends, I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120. I hope I've been helpful. I hope that you feel emboldened as an artist through this. All right, ciao. I'm going to stop talking now. Carrie. And Patreon. Hashtag cats, meow, meow, meow. All the links to everything are down below. And Carrie, ready? Here we go. Meow, meow. This is my new one. Meow, meow, meow. Boink.